Hi, I'm Joel Persinger from Practical Defense Systems. Thank you very much for the support of my company and for watching these videos. I really appreciate it. I thought I would set up some ways for you to practice that don't entail you spending a ton on ammo, driving forever to the range, and then getting there and finding out all you can do is stand on a square range in the lane and shoot. Look, our house here in California is in the suburbs, which means we have a pretty good sized yard to play with, but the nearest range to me where I can actually do anything other than stand in a square range on a lane and shoot the paper target is at least an hour from me if I go to a buddy's ranch, or in Yuma at a dare range, which is 2.5 hours each way. So it's a 5-hour trip, or it's a 2-hour trip, plus a lot of setup and so on. And the truth is, I'm teaching all the time, I'm busy, and I just don't have the time to do that. So as a result, my training, as far as combative training, goes wanting. I can go to the range and shoot the gun, but as far as moving, engaging multiple targets, dealing with what happens at night, those kind of things, very difficult for me to do. And we discovered it's very difficult for our students to do too, and that's why we invested in the technology in our training room with the CERT pistols from Next Level Training, the LARS system, I had to say that right, that tracks their shots, and I can help them with their trigger press, and we can practice multiple things. You've seen some of those videos probably if you've watched the channel. That's why we have the law enforcement simulators, so that people can practice decision making using laser trainers. So I've really become a fan of the technology. Now we have the Next Level Training rifle version of the CERT pistol setup, so we can use that for the simulator and in the training room and so on. But actual rifle practice where you get to move and you get to engage different targets, that's tough. And that's what I found wanting in my own practice, to the degree that when I bought this Mantis Blackbeard system, I put it together, I grabbed my rifle I hadn't seen in about a year, and I went, wait a minute, how do I put on this sling? I'm not a veteran. I wasn't a SWAT guy or any of those things, so I didn't have these things. And so for me, practice is super important, and I suspect that I'm like the average citizen. And the truth is, as much as we like to watch YouTubers who live on big properties or whose parents have big properties or whatever, they have all kinds of room to do whatever they want. Most of us don't live in a situation like that. Most of us live in a situation where we're living in an apartment or a condo or a house with a yard or whatever. So today what I've done is very inexpensively, I've set up 3 targets. I've got a target over there, and I've got a target right here behind this bush, and I've got a target behind the tree. Now the target stands I'm using, I bought 4 of them on Amazon, get them for about 25 or 30 bucks a piece. I know everybody hates Amazon, but I wanted to demonstrate how easy they are to get. You get the little target stands, you go down to your local hardware store or lumber store or Home Depot or whatever. You buy the 1x2s and cut them to length, get some cardboard. The targets I got from Action Targets. No, I don't make any money on Action Targets. You can get them for $1.50 or something a piece, and they'll send you these really cool realistic targets where you have to, maybe you got a hostage rescue target, maybe you've got somebody hiding partly behind cover or whatever. The other target there is from my turning target system we have for Practical Defense Systems. We got a couple of those, so I put it up there for you. But I've moved them around. Well, I come out here at night and practice this stuff. But to give you an idea, let me walk over here and we'll shoot them and show you how it works. So as you can see, it's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. Obviously, you're not getting any recoil. You don't get the sound of the gun going off. But at the same time, you can practice things doing this. You can't practice anywhere else. And this is a way for me in the suburbs and for you to have your own private training range in your backyard. You're not actually firing anything other than a laser, so your neighbors aren't going to get upset with you. The gun cannot go bang because the Mantis system completely replaces your bolt and bolt carrier group. And the magazine is the battery. Now they make one that has a Bluetooth connection for their app. I didn't buy that one because I really don't need it. I prefer this one for using this kind of a setup, and then at night I'll come out here and work at night with low light or no light, and use the flashlight on the end of the gun or whatever tools I may have. This, I think, is not a replacement for live fire by any means, but it's an adjunct to your live fire training, and it's worth doing. It also will allow you to get some trigger time when you otherwise honestly won't. And truthfully, I find it's been so long since I've trained with rifles, just for lack of time, that I kind of suck. And so I'm getting this out here, learning how to move again, learning how to pull the rifle in tight again, learning the offset from where the dot and the optic is and where the round's going to hit. Because remember, on an AR, your sight is pretty high, so you're going to have a difference close up between where you're aiming and where the round is going to hit, and it could be as much as 3 inches or so. So you want to learn that offset, particularly when you're dealing with a target like this hostage target where you don't want to shoot the hostage. You can get target stands and put just cardboard on them. You can use those for cover. You can practice working around cover. And you can do all kinds of creative things in addition to that. Low cover, high cover, you can do all that in your yard with your rifle, just shooting lasers. So I've had it for about a week now, and I have used it every day. I've been working from home a lot lately, and so since I'm working from home, whenever I take a break, I shoot hoops on my basketball hoop out in the front, or I come back here and I set this up, and I enjoy practicing with my rifle. So I'm actually getting a little better. I hope that I'll get a lot better, and then the next time I get a chance to go to Arizona, then I'll put ammunition in it, we'll put the targets out there, and I'll run some live fire. I urge you to explore the technology that's available in today's world. Wasn't available when I was a young man, because I'm going to be 66 in a month. I'll tell you, I'm not a young man anymore. The technology will help you a ton, and it allows you to do things less expensively. I've probably fired 1,000 or more, 1,500 laser shots in the week that I bought this. How much is that in ammo? The system itself, at the time that I bought it, and I bought it, they didn't send it to me, I bought it, cost me $237 with shipping and tax. And that's for the whole Mantis thing. And that's it. You plug it in, you charge it up, it lasts forever and a day, charge it again, plug it in at night when it's charged when you get up in the morning, hook it back up, and off you go. And so I've easily paid for it 3 or 4 or 5 times just in ammo costs, not counting range fees, travel time, fuel in my 1-ton pickup, getting back and forth to the range and all that. And I've gotten a lot of trigger time and without any hassle. It's so much easier to walk out the back door and do this than it is to get in the truck and drive 2.5 hours to Yuma and 2.5 hours back. I'll do that too, but I can tell you right now I won't be able to do it often enough. So I urge you, figure out the way that you can practice. You can use this to practice clearing your house. You can do all kinds of things like that. Very, very positive. I really recommend the product. And no, I did not get it from them for free, and they're not paying me a dime, and I have zero relationship, financial or otherwise, with the company that makes the system with Mantis. So this is just me being honest with you and trying to help you out. Thank you very much for watching the channel. I urge you to come take some classes with us. Practical Defense Systems, you'll find a link in the description.